Hi, I'm Sandrine Blake, Manager of Member Events and Experience here at AmitaCare. Thank you for joining us for today's online Live Your Life Wellness session. Today's session is sponsored by AmitaCare, a Medicaid health plan designed to provide care for those living with or at elevated risk of HIV. At AmitaCare, we believe that staying healthy is much more than just doctor's visits and medication. We believe in the whole person, mind, body, and spiritual wellness. We also look at aspects of life such as healthy food and housing. Stay tuned for more information on how you can contact us at AmitaCare. Thank you. Enjoy.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Are we going to perform?
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Tracy Diamonds, love to long for Civil War. Just after I wiped away as a tear, I guess he's better off than me.
Good afternoon. Then stop. There's nobody up there. What the hell?
Tracy Garfield.
Oh, sorry about the abrupt uh, cancellation of that amazing. What was it? I don't think it was a dance. It felt a little too
That
awkward.
was
That one.
that Amare. I think that was the systemic pandemic. That was an amazing group of actors showing you what life is like right now outside. This is not theater. This is real life.
All right. Well, since we interrupted everyone, I think we should at least introduce ourselves. I think that's the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
So, hi, everyone. I'm Amare. I go by he, him pronouns from Theater of the Press NYC.
Hi, my name is Spark Leonim. I am also from Theater of the Press NYC, and welcome everybody. If everybody could stay on mute for now, there will definitely be times to come off of mute. And you are about to see you're about to see the Housing Works Theater Troupe at Theater of the Oppressed NYC. You're going to see stories based on the real life experience of the actors.
And wait, how are we going to see these stories?
We're gonna see them on this wacko screen, this Zoom. We're gonna see these amazing stories, and there's gonna be moments where we're gonna need your participation. So we've created this amazing tool, Bohal, which is basically Boal, who created Theater of the Oppressed, what you're about to see today. We made him into a computer, and he is here today to tell us how we're going to interact with this computer today. Hey,
Hold
hey,
on.
Bo, how can you tell everybody how they're going to use this computer today?
Hello, I am Ohio. Please notice the chat function. Type in your appreciation, your thoughts, or your feelings in the chat. Your voice is welcome. But please remain on mute for the majority of the show. Your jokers will let you know when you can speak. Gallery mode is the best viewing for this show. Please turn your cameras on so that you can be part of the show and the festivities. If you click on a picture of someone whose camera is off, you'll be able to hide non-video participants. Turn your cameras on now.
Is he done?
Yeah, thank you, Bo, how.
Well, how's kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
At least he knows. At least he knows it's time for everyone to come on screen and show your faces because you're not just here as watching a show. You're here as spect actors. So we need to get you all warmed up like actors do. Amare, do you think you could do that?
I mean, I'm not really used to warming people up. I don't really have an idea per se. I mean, there is something I think I can try. Can everyone like come closer to like their cameras? For me, just come closer. Okay, now you're a little too close, a little too close. Can you back up a little bit? Just a little bit. All right, now come closer. Nah, you're way too far. Just way too far. All right, back up a little bit. Okay. By the looks of everyone's face, they're like, this is way too easy. So I think we can switch it around. So every time I say come closer, I need you to back away. And every time I say back away, I need you just to come closer. Okay, so come closer. Ooh, I feel like I caught a couple people there. Back away. Come closer. Back away. Back away. Closer. Back away. All right. You guys are good. You guys are really good at this. How can I trip you up? I know. Can everyone raise up their right hand for me? Like just raise up their right hand. Now, can everyone raise up their left hand? Right, left, right. Ooh, okay. So we know our left from our rights. How about we switch those around too? So every time I say raise your right hand, I need you to raise your left hand. Every time I say raise your left hand, just raise your right hand. Ooh, it's getting a little confusing. I'm seeing some confused faces. How about all right? Come closer. Right hand, left hand. Back away. Come closer. Back away. Left hand. Right hand. Left hand. Left hand. Oh, some of you jumped. Come a little closer now. All right. Woo. That's level 2. Okay, I think they're ready for level 3. This is a great way. We're gonna show you how to applaud. Right now, everyone knows how to regularly applaud, right? Clap your hands, right? So give me an applause. Clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Now give me a celebration. Woo! Applaud. Celebration. Applaud. Celebration. All right, now if you've been paying attention, you know what's happening next. We're going to switch them around. So every time I say applaud, I want you to woo. And every time I say celebration, I want you to, right? So celebration. Applaud. Applaud. Come closer. Left hand. Right hand. Left hand. Left hand. Go away. Go away. Come closer. Applaud. Applaud. Celebration. Celebration. Applaud, 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 applaud. All right. Woo. I think we're all ready, warmed up. We're nice, and I feel like we're confused, right? I see some confused faces, some like nice little head nods. So I think we're ready to watch some of these shows here today. What do you think, Spark?
Yeah, we're totally ready because confusion is going to help us see the problems in the play you're about to see in a new light. And as Bohal said, as you see the problems, put them right in the chat. Like in real live theater, we would be able to say boo to the bad guy in the scene, or we'd be able to show appreciation with our faces. But here we have the chat, so let the actors know how you're feeling about the scene. Also, at the end of each scene, we're going to have an applause, but instead of applause, we're going to ask everybody to like celebrate, and there's going to be a cue. You'll hear it. Yeah, whole body. Yeah. So just get used to, yeah. So every time it's time to applause, you don't need to come off mute and go, yay, we got applause in the can for you. Just make your bodies big to give our actors some love when it is time. So without further ado, I'm going to use this handy dandy remote to ask everybody to turn your cameras off so that we can have just the actors on screen. And here's a remote that's going to start off our first scene that happens in the NYCHA housing office. There we go. Thank you. We're almost there. A couple people still need to turn their cameras off. Let's see. All right. So, actors in the first scene, are you ready? The NYCHA's office. Catherine, are you ready?
Ready?
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action.
Every time I come to NYCHA, I hear the same old story. Their replies to me lead to no glory. But hello, stranger. Feels so good to see you back again. How long has it been when NYCHA lets me in? I just wanna be my family. Chwap, chwap, my baby. I just wanna be my family. When will NYCHA let me in? When will NYCHA let me in? Like a mighty long time.
Hi, Miss Brown. How you doing today?
Just one moment. I'm doing well, thank you, Miss Ford.
Well, Miss Brown, you here today for your initial appointment to see if you qualify so we can process you for your low-income housing with NYCHA. Okay, we sent you out some forms that needed to be filled out that you needed to bring today, along with some original documents, meaning master legal copies, as well as your credentials, qualifications of entitlement of power to indicate who you really are. Do you have those documents, those credentials, and those forms we sent you filled out?
Well, you see, at this point, I really don't have the original documents. You see, they were all taken away. As you know, I was incarcerated, and so I didn't get any of my identification back. But I do have copies. Will you accept the copies?
Okay, we're not going in circles. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, I need original documents, master legal copy, credentials, qualifying of entitled power to indicate who you are, meaning a hard copy of your enhanced or your real driver license or ID, state of New York, and your birth certificate, legal documents, no copies.
Well, Miss Ford, aren't you just going to make copies yourself anyway? So what is the purpose of them being originals when you're going to make copies anyway? I don't understand. This is all I have.
Okay, we're not gonna do crazy today, Ms. Brown. Let me stop you right here. Evictions, manufacturing with distributing of narcotics and arson are automatically disqualifications of denial. Okay, I pulled a background check and I noticed that you have manufacturing distribution of drugs.
Well, sometimes those checks aren't even valid, but that has nothing to do with me wanting to get back into my housing and get this application process. Okay, that was yesterday, and today's a new day.
Okay, Ms. Brown, Gail, you're not making sense, Gail Brown. I need you to either file a complaint form, write a grievance, or file an appeal with OATS. That's the universal online application. It's quicker, or talk to my supervisor, because we're not gonna do crazy and drunk and hot. Get your ass out of my office.
Whatever. Here we go again. Now
Hi, Miss Gail. I'm Miss Rose. Hi, how are you today?
well, I'm not doing very well, Miss Rose. Your colleague didn't treat me with any kind of respect.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, okay, so unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do for you today. I know you don't want to hear this, but due to your 3 strikes, I'm gonna have to place this paperwork in the exclusionary policy pile. So yeah, I'm so sorry. There's just nothing I can do.
Listen, Supervisor Ms. Rose, my criminal history should be in the past. It should not be a life sentence. Okay? And housing is a human right. So I don't understand how I can be disqualified when it's a human right to have housing.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I feel your frustration. But it's just there's really nothing that I can do today. I'm just here, I'm just doing my job, I'm so sorry that this is happening to you, but maybe if you can just get all of your documentations in order and then just wait for that letter that we'll be sending you in the mail. And hopefully everything
waiting for a letter.
Yeah, I know. Just hopefully everything can work out the next time around. Don't want to be rude. I do have other clients that I have to see. So if you will just excuse me, have a great day.
Goodbye. Always the same story. Oh.
Clap, clap, clap.
Woo! You will. We usually will have some applause, but I'll do it for you right now. Woo! Woo, 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 woo! Yeah. All right. Everyone can come on screen. Everybody who's here on screen, and actors. And everybody, we have some the DVD extras. If the actors want to let us know a little bit more about yourselves, please.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Sparks, and I play the character. I go by the pronouns she, her, hers, me, mine. I play the character Miss Ford, night shift management department, and this is systematic pandemic. Thank you for coming.
Hello, my name is Catherine, and I play Gail Brown. And we'll just want everybody to know that housing is a human right. And please support Fair Chance Housing Act. It's a bill, number 2047. And thank you for coming. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi, my name is Silka. I played supervisor Miss Rose. I go by pronouns she, her. I have been in a situation where I had to deal with someone like Miss Rose. At the end of the day, they're just doing their job.
Another round of applause for our actors.
Clap, clap, clap.
Oh, there it is. So there's a delay, and when we make all that action, all that there's a delay.
A little bit of
Camera.
delay. I apologize for that. Welcome back. I'm back. Hello, everyone. Come on back on camera. Let's have a little talk about what we just saw there.
Everybody who's in this meeting, if you can, please come on. Just turn your video on. We got some questions. There we go. And maybe one of the hosts, if you can ask, I think maybe people got disabled. If you want to ask to start video, maybe go down the line. There's some people here, but we know maybe their videos got disabled.
It is done.
Thank you, Bo. How? Audience, what were some of the problems that you saw? Someone in the chat said, "I did not like how they treated her." What problems did you see this main character Gail facing? You can either come off of mute or put it in the chat.
I felt like they weren't understanding of her situation. Also in the manner in which they spoke to her.
It sounds like two different things. They weren't understanding of her situation, and you didn't like the way they spoke to her. Do you or anybody else want to elaborate on how they spoke to her?
Well, I would say they wasn't treating her like a human being, and it's pretty much seemed like they already had their opinion formed before she even got into the office. Because there's always something that can be done. There's always something that can be done instead of just saying, "Oh, I have other clients." So basically, just letting her know that she wasn't relevant, wasn't important, So, and so many times that happens, in day-to-day life. But they were very unprofessional, argumentative, and
Right. So being treated less than human by nature workers, seeing less of a problem than actually caring enough to want to help the situation, whatever the situation might be. Very, very good. Very good. Well, not very good problems, but very good eyes that we all have. So I have another question. Just so that I know, has anyone felt the way the character Gail in this scene has felt? Like they were treated some sort of way off of a pre-existing thought or pre-existing belief that another person had before you even said any words to them?
Maybe folks can raise their hand if they've ever felt like they've gone into an office and the people there were just treating you like another person just coming through, and even though this was housing you needed.
Even housing, just anything in general, like you were treated as if you were an issue or a problem when you came to this place.
See some hands going up. Maybe raise your hand if you felt like you were caught in people not understanding you, even when you had a very urgent need, and they didn't have the. There's more that could be done, but they just weren't willing to do it. Good. I see a lot of hands. And it's so this problem that we've the actors have presented to you today is not just their problem. This is all of our problems. And Bohao has suggested that maybe we don't go to breakout rooms, but that we brainstorm ideas for this scene. But maybe let's try it. Does anybody think that they have an idea for how they could, as Gail, get that housing that she needs in this scene? Anybody watching this scene, Jackie or Sandrine or Jay Wood or I think Josephine out there, Dave, Dwight, Moto E6. I doubt that's your real name. Maybe your device's name. But does anybody have an idea for what Gail could try to get that housing? Not as a way to like say, oh, you could have just done this or that to sort of victim blame her, but more of a way to like, let's try this to try to navigate that system.
Maybe ask to speak to someone else.
Oh, that's amazing, Sandrine. Awesome. Can we try something with you? Can you come off of mute? Let's try doing the scene, but instead of our actor playing Gail, can we try you playing Gail?
Okay.
Awesome. A round of applause for Sandrine. Yeah. Awesome. So everybody else can turn their videos off except for Sandrine. And can you maybe just give a little idea of who you might be asking for in the scene? You said I want to talk to somebody else.
Her manager?
The manager's manager?
Or supervisor? Yeah, is there someone above her or someone else that I could speak to?
Yeah. Amri, I expect that you're in the background trying to find an actor to play that manager's manager. But maybe we'll take it from the scene with the supervisor because first you got to get to that person, right?
Yeah.
And we've already gone from the front facing person to the supervisor. Now you got to get even further. So let's get you because that's half the battle. Sometimes is even getting to talk to that person.
Mm-hmm.
So before we do it, we're going to rename you as Gail because you are now going to be Gail. Everything that's true for you has been true for her. Everything that's true for her is not true for you. Not sure if everyone caught it, but this person has a record, and that is one of the major obstacles to getting this housing. So that's not true for you. Also, her age, race, gender, all those things are now true for you. And our actors are really good at showing the real world. So they're not going to just buckle and let you get everything you need. Just warning you, this is a rehearsal for life. Okay. All right. So if we could have the Miss Rose on screen. Wonderful. And we'll give you a 3, 2, 1 action, and we'll see what happens. All right. 3, 2, 1 action.
Hey, Miss Rose, I just wanted to know if I would be able to speak to someone else just to try to help with my situation. You're on mute, Miss Rose.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was just checking my my calendar. I think she's in a meeting right now. But I can definitely check. Can you give me a moment?
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what seems to be the problem, Ms. Rose?
Hi, Junior. I'm, trying to just figure out my housing situation. I was recently incarcerated and I don't have the paperwork I need. So I want to know what I need to.
Can I check the computer?
Thank you.
What's your full name?
My name is Gail B. Gail.
Okay. I see you've been incarcerated, but you also have 3 strikes. And that seems to be the problem. back when
What?
Rockefeller was the governor,
Uh-huh.
he made it into law that anybody selling drugs or criminal activities in housing will be denied housing.
So that was
So
back when Rockefeller, you said, was in law?
when the law came out, he's the one that created the law.
And
Now,
it
what I
hasn't
should
changed
say
since?
hasn't changed. So as the way it seems now, our hands are tied. But you could still fill out your application. And maybe by the time that application comes through within 7 years, maybe you could talk to somebody in City Hall. Are you a voter, Miss Gail?
No, I have a record, so I can't vote. But you're telling me I have to wait 7 years, but I should still fill out the application?
This is what's happening, Miss Gail. When you first came in, they asked you if you had your birth certificate and all that. And from what I understand, you said you had no paperwork. Now, if you would have had that, we probably would have had made the application with the proper records, proper documentation, which are not copies. We probably could have pulled it through, and with our fingers crossed, you might have you might have had a chance. But due to the fact that you didn't have any of those documentations, you are being put back into the system because you have 3 strikes and you fall under that particular law. So what I suggest is go to one of those hotels that log you. You know, I don't know what they call them. You come out of jail, you go to a hotel, but there you can apply for housing. It's not New York City housing, but they might find you an apartment or 1 room. That's all I could suggest.
So
So
do you
either
have
that
an,
or 7 years.
so, okay, so since this is a 7-year wait and I don't have the
Or more,
documentation on me,
or
or
more,
more,
because it depends where you fall on the list.
so 7 years is the
Remember,
minimum.
it's the minimum because people gotta die before an apartment becomes available.
Well, I don't want anyone to die, but I
No,
do
no,
need help getting
I'm just
housing.
making a statement. No, I understand you're not wanting anybody dying, but in reality, these apartments get transferred from mother to kid to grandkid and all these. That's the way it works in the real world. But what I suggest is to try to get one of those hotels that the city might pay for. Have you applied to Medicaid and Medicare or
No,
welfare
I'm
or
still
anything?
trying to apply to all of these services. Can you help me? Where should I go for the hotel, or where do I apply for Medicaid
Wait a
and
minute, wait a
welfare?
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I have a listing here for housing and agencies that could help you outside of us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Now, this is 5 years old, but I'm pretty sure they haven't changed their phone numbers. So here,
I mean, I have an Obama phone and I don't have that much minutes. Can we try to help? Can somebody help me to navigate at least one number that is working right now that I can, try to reach someone? So I'm not dialing around. I don't have
I'll
that
tell
much
you what,
minutes on
I'm
my
gonna
phone.
give you 30 seconds to dial the first number. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a minute. Dial that first number and see if you can get some help. If not, you're gonna have to go to the neighborhood store, the library, somewhere and do
And
something.
click.
Oh, yeah, wow is right. Thank you, Gail. A round of applause for Gail. Come back, everybody, come back. Come back on screen. Come back on screen. Woo!
That
Yes.
felt like a long, hard-fought battle between 2 great warriors. So the smoke has cleared, and now it's time for the aftermath. I got a question. What really changed from this version of Gail for the last one? Were there any changes?
Still didn't get any help.
You didn't get any help. Can you elaborate on that?
I mean, it seemed as if I was getting help, but there wasn't really, real help happening. Like it was an inch, but I really needed way more than that, outdated information, old laws, not being, directly given like a direct phone number or contact and address.
In the chat, people are saying that she was persistent. She was more resourceful. That she was really pushing. I have a question. What are some of the obstacles to being more persistent, to being more resourceful? Like, is that so easy for everyone? I mean, she said she's got no. Pollyanna, why not?
Well, I can just say off of, it happening in my life. I remember I just had a little marijuana case and I was new to the city and I was trying so hard to get help and assistance. And they were like, well, ma'am, you have to go back to your old city and get, what do you call it? Not documentation, some type of form of the case and how it got closed and the exit outline of it. And I'm like, I'm here in this city. That was 12 years ago, and it just felt so really really bad. But just overall to get the blessing through, just to tell you the cover off, I end up in a 2-bedroom. To just get to the base of what happened. But through that procedure, I did every measure I could possibly do. I tried to make sure that I dotted my I's and had all of the paperwork in and all of the things that they asked me, and all those doors just closed down. So, I mean, it's a tit for tat. It just depends on the individual, the situation, and your deliberation on how you get your help.
Yeah. Thank you. A round of applause for Gail and for folks sharing their story. Thank you, Pollyanna, for sharing your story. Yeah. Yes, and thank you to the actors from that scene again. We're gonna see some more persistence needed in this next scene. So.
Can I get the remote real quick?
Yeah,
Spark,
here you go.
Oh, thank you so much. Nights of Drama is great and everything, but I'm more of a movie kind of guy. And there's this great movie called All Alone that I've been meaning to watch. Is it okay if I put that on?
Do it.
All right. Well, let's see. All Alone. I want everyone to really enjoy the show. Let's turn our cameras off. 3, 2, 1, click.
Come on
Hey,
now,
Dad, have you seen?
Junior.
I
Oh my
can't find
God.
my book back, Dad.
You're gonna have us
see
late. Come on down.
I see it.
Oh my God.
I'm coming.
Oh my God. We're gonna be late, boy.
Okay, here I come. Okay, seatbelt, Dad.
Yes, Junior. And let me get my mask. Look, I got something for your teacher. Look, see this apple? Give this to your teacher, okay?
Okay, I got it, Dad.
All right. Put my mask on. All right, let's hit it. All right. So look here. Be good in school today. And
Okay,
I
Dad.
will be here tomorrow. I'll be here later today, at same time, to pick you up. Make sure you give that apple to your teacher, okay?
Okay, Dad. I'll see
All
you
right.
later, okay? Bye,
I'll
love
be
you.
here right on
Bye.
time, as usual. See you later. Have a good day.
Okay, Dad.
All right, bye. Oh, God. Made it just in time. I don't want to be late for work. Mm-mm-mm. Who wants to see me?
Oh, hi, Mr.
Mrs.
Smith.
Jones. Hey, Mrs. Jones.
Oh, yes, I have some good
Good
news and
morning.
bad.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning. Good
morning. Good. Oh,
morning.
I
Where's
have
the
some
good
I have some good news
morning?
and bad news for you. What
Good
do you want to
news
hear first?
and bad news. Let's
Yes.
hear the good news. It's been
Oh,
a
the
great
good
morning. I
news.
want to hear the good news, Miss
The
Jones.
good
What
news.
you got for me?
Yes, you still have your job.
Well, that's good news.
Yes, but because of
What's the
COVID.
bad news?
Yes, because of COVID, we lost a lot of people, and you have to work overtime. So, but yes,
Okay.
so but besides the 8 hours you've been doing for extra time, you're gonna have another 2 shifts added to your schedule. Here you go.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
You're kidding me, right?
No,
This is
that's
crazy.
16 hours overtime this week, 20 next
Yeah,
week,
I can see that.
and so
But
on, and an alternate Sundays.
yeah, but that's I can't do this. I can't. I know it's COVID, but you can't blame me for everything that's going on and work me to death. I have a life. Come on now. I've been a good worker.
You know what? In fact, you have to
What's
start
that?
in about, and you have to start in about an hour from now. The overtime.
Yeah, I know that. But still, I can't.
Yeah.
This is way too many hours. Give me a break, Miss Jones. This is not fair.
Well, that's the times we live in, and you have to do your job. Have a good day.
Yeah, and she's gone. Ain't that a blump blump? Look at these hours. How am I supposed to work all these hours? And oh my God, who's gonna pick up Junior? Who's gonna pick up Junior?
Where's Miss Parker? I've been waiting out here 10 minutes. Hey, stop running down the hallway. Last time they blamed me and took me to the principal. Man, I hope she's here today. Oh, got that apple.
Junior? Oh my
Oh,
God,
hi,
I'm
Miss
running late
Parker.
today. Oh, wait. Let me grab my mask.
Oh,
I'm running late here.
wait a minute, Miss Parker.
Uh-huh.
I got something for you. My dad gave me this apple to give to you.
Here.
Here you go.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Junior. That makes it's been so stressful lately, Junior.
Okay.
Right? So look here. Run along to class. I'll be there shortly. And
Okay.
thank you again for the apple, baby. Okay. Mrs. Parker needs that today.
Okay.
It's been a rough morning already. Run to class, boy. You're gonna be late.
See you
I'll
in
be there
class, Miss
momentarily.
Parker.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute. Oh my God. To get down this hall. Hey, wait a minute. Hey,
Oh,
Miss Appleby.
oh, hi. Yes, I can't take it anymore.
Oh,
The classes
girl.
are, there are too many students. They understaffed.
Oh my God. How are you dealing with this though?
And
I
this
am stressed out. Are you stressed out?
and this mask gets me so hot.
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't. This thing. What do they expect? They stressing me out, girl.
Me
And I've been
too.
trying to
Me
talk to that
too.
principal. What
I
about the
can't wait.
principal? I talked to her and she doesn't
Mhm.
hear me. I'm
Oh,
stressed.
there's the principal. She's coming now.
Oh,
Oh boy.
hey,
Oh,
good morning.
hi, Miss Principal.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm
so happy to see you, Miss Parker and Miss Appleby, socializing in the hallway. That must mean that those test score reports that I've been waiting for are on my desk. I'll have to hurry back and get them because they're on deadline.
Oh no, I'm gonna do it by tomorrow.
Yeah, but I've been meaning to try to talk to you. I am stressed out. I was just talking to Miss Appleby. It's hard to deal with all this, with COVID and all these extra, things with. It's so much.
I can't take it.
Wait, are you saying that the test score reports are not on my desk yet? I need them by the end of the day. There's no question about
Oh
that.
boy.
Well,
I'll do it by tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try my best. But what about? I can't. You're not hearing me though. This the pressure. It's just too much.
Oh, the pressure.
The same amount of pressure, even more so. But more importantly, the pandemic is not over. And if the health department inspectors come and see you without your masks,
yes.
whole new staff.
Oh yes. Oh.
Okay. You're right.
I'll be
You're right.
for those reports.
Okay, thank you. I'll get back to the kids. Have a good day.
Thank you for your
All right.
understanding. You too.
Kids, get back to the classroom.
All right, class. It's been a long day, and to be honest with you, I am stressed out. Don't forget about the homework that you all have, and let's get ourselves together now. Get ready to go home. Where's Junior? Junior?
I'm right here, Miss Parker.
Your father is always on time, so let's not play around today, okay? Get yourself together, okay?
Oh, but before I go, Miss Parker, are we gonna have a quiz tomorrow?
Oh my God, I told you that, Junior. Multiplication tables. Come on. All you kids are stressing me out. Look, just go outside.
Man.
I'll be there in a moment like I always am. I gotta run to the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll be there shortly.
Okay, Miss Parker. I'll wait.
All right.
I'll be outside.
All right. Oh, I can't take it. The kids, I gotta run into the bathroom just to get away from the stress. Look, I don't want to do this. God forgive me. I got a drink in the bathroom. Lord, I don't want to be this. I mean well, but I can't. The stress, God hear me. Please hear me. I love these kids, but the principal's not listening to me. I got to resort to walking into the bathroom to drink and then talk to myself about this. I can't take it. Oh, Junior, let me put this up. Let me run out here and find this boy. Oh my God.
Wonder where my dad's at. He normally out here by now. Wait a minute. Where's Miss Parker? She should be out here with me too. Man, there's anything out here. Where's my umbrella? Man, I left it in the car. Oh, but that's okay. I got my raincoat. Now, wait a minute. I'm a big boy. I think I could walk home. Now, which way is it? Which way is it? That way.
Click. Ooh, no. Oh, it was heavy. Whew. It's scary. Everyone, round of applause. Come on back and do a nice round of applause. Wonderful, wonderful actors. What happened to Junior? Indeed. Hold on. I'm gonna use the little credit roll function really quick. Click.
Hi, my name is Eli Burgos. I'm him, and I play Junior. That makes me think when I was younger, things were a lot safer. But now,
I think
Hi.
there's a little click.
Hi.
Hi,
Um,
I'm Miss Abigail, and I play Miss Jones, the supervisor. I'm she and her, and I play the antagonist. Really, I'm not like that, but I had to go out of my realm. But as a teacher, that was more like me. But even so, I usually give my schedule on time, so that wasn't really that like that me either.
Another one, click.
Hi. I'm Eric. Pronouns he, him. I play dual characters. Mrs. Smith, Mr. Smith, the father, and Miss Parker, the lovely teacher. But it was actually very challenging playing two people, adults who you would think would have control over how their lives evolve. But the challenging part was playing these people, adults, who actually didn't have any control with what was going on in their lives. And because of that, it caused them so much stress. Thank you all for coming today.
I think there's one last one, click.
Hi, I'm April, pronouns she, they, and I play the character Principal Miss A, which was a challenging role for me because usually I'm on the opposite side up against rigid rules and employers. Thank you.
One more time, one round of applause for everything that was happening. Now, like before, I do have a couple of questions I would like to ask us, the audience. Really simple question of what did we see happen? I saw the chat was very active. So is there anything else that anyone saw that happened? You can put it in the chat, you can say it out loud.
The boss just demanding the schedule change and expecting the worker to just work.
I know listening from bosses, just do what I said. Anything else? From the boss or the principal? And what happened with the teachers with that principal?
Well, someone was drinking on the job, which was, pretty blatant. And, they failed the child altogether, the follow-up, just ensuring that, the child was, in the right place or an adult was with the child at the same time. I didn't see that happen, it was just a little drop the ball.
Can we think of why that was? What did we see happening to those teachers that might have caused the lots of dropping the balls and leaving children unattended?
I think the stress of it all, dealing with their job, with the COVID, all of that, it was just a bit overwhelming. And then, I guess like at that time, some of the schools teachers were having to do online and in person. So it was just a lot going on there.
Right. There's so much happening, not just for the teachers, but for the dad as well. When it comes to jobs, it seemed like a lot of things related back to COVID. And as we all know, COVID was a big hit for everyone, right? Like I know COVID hit me hard and I had to do my job way differently than before. And that caused me an area of stress. Has anyone else felt, raise your hand if you felt stress due to COVID and stress and having to fix deadlines and not having very understanding bosses or teachers if you have a kid or so just wanting work done, right? So I'm seeing a lot of hands being raised. So I think we're again in solidarity here that we've experienced what the dad character and what this teacher character, both Smiths, by the way, were feeling. So my question is a lot like last time we did the first round. Does anyone have an idea or something that they would like to try if they were Mr. Smith or Miss Smith in that situation to try to get a different outcome for them, for to get what they need at that point. Well, against like the boss or the principal.
Anybody who's off screen, you can also turn your come off of mute, and you could play the scene like that, or tell us your idea, come off mute, or tell us in the chat. We'd love to get some ideas from folks watching this.
Also, just want to throw out that there are no such things as bad ideas. Come at this creatively, because we need creative ideas to work these very complex and very frustrating issues and problems that we all face day to day.
I see there's like a handful of folks who are off screen on mute, watching this, and like we said before, it's you're not spectators, you're actors. So if we don't get up and try something, we're sort of going, these problems are okay. I know people might be out and about watching this, so that might be an obstacle to people participating right now. Is there anyone like one of the actors, or Jackie want to try an idea out? I don't want to single people out too much. We could also do go ahead.
What would you like?
So we need we need to try another idea for. You seem to have a lot of empathy and solidarity with the teacher, talking about all the different pressures for her. If you wanted to play the teacher and try to navigate this Department of Education system with this principal, this other teacher, and the kids, to try to either get a different outcome or shed new light on the system.
Okay.
Awesome. So a round of applause for Jackie. Yes, thank you for stepping up. I mean, I kind of snagged you in there. So everyone else can turn your cameras off, and we'll take it, Jackie. Where in the scene do you think you want to try to get in there? With the principal, with?
I would say, I guess, with the conversation with the principal, with the deadlines and the overcrowding of the class.
Perfect. So we'll also have Miss Jones come in, or the Abigail, if you could come in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Great. And we'll imagine you, Jackie, with the wig and the colorful scarf. I like how you looked around your apartment to see if you had a spare one. It's just out of reach for you right now. Right now, we'll just have to imagine it. So everything that's true for her is now true for you. And let's give Jackie a 3, 2, 1 action. 3, 2.
Oh, well, Miss Parker and Miss Appleby, I will need to have those reports on my desk by the end of the day today.
Oh, I'll have it by tomorrow, I promise.
Yes.
The deadline is today. I have to turn those in or we will lose our funding. We're already past the deadline.
Is there any way you could see if we can get an extension for in the morning? Because if I have to do it today, then and I still have the kids. I don't. When does it have to be done? Could this be done after class, or does this need to be done right away?
No, it could be done after class. I just need to get it out today.
Well, I can move some things around, and since it has to be done, and it's important for the school so we can keep our funding. I could possibly stay later to get it out to you.
Me too.
Or I suppose it would be possible for you to do it from home and email it to me so that I have it before midnight tonight, because I
Well,
have.
that would be great. That would be great. That would be great. Thank you so much. That would be great.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you for bringing to my attention that the children and their safety is could have been impacted if you didn't take care of that first.
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Kids, get
And,
back to school.
and click. Okay. Okay, that was different. That was interesting. Well, real quick, round of applause, real quick. Jackie, come back and shower yourself in these round of applauses that we have from our live studio audience as we go through what you just tried. So, can anyone tell me what Jackie, as the new Miss Smith, tried in this version? Say it in the chat, or you can say it out loud.
She tried more to be on the principal side, like giving it a little extension, try to say, well, it's coming, don't worry, she'll have it, but it may be a little bit longer.
Right, that layer of reassurance, trying to calm principal's nerves. It seemed like. Anyone else compromise? I see compromise here in the chat. Anything else that we saw that was trying? The tone of voice, attitude in general.
Well, Jackie brought up about the children, that they have to be taken care of first, and asked, when do you expect this to be done?
Right, asking for information always helpful. Trying to dig into that empathetic side of the principal. Right. What was the outcome? Did the results change? Did the principal change at all, or were things kind of the same?
The principal went ahead. At first, she said she needed the project on her desk by the end of the day. But as it turned out, after they spoke to her, she extended it that they could do it at home and email it to her before midnight. She needed to have it before midnight. So she needed it today, but she needed to be done and sent to her by email. That way it could be stamped by today. In the past, in the first scene, it was, we need the reports in by the end of the day to get our funding, and no excuses. And then one of the teachers, well, I could turn it in tomorrow. That's probably why we have problems in school. Teachers don't even listen to their principals or pay attention to the actual words. I need it today, not tomorrow. But with that conversation, it was established that she was willing to bend and extend the hours as long as she have it by the end of the day.
Does the approach thank you, Eli. Does the approach that Jackie brought in, and then what we saw from the principal, is that always the common outcome? Is it as easy as we just portrayed it? Was it realistic?
No.
Oh, from the principal herself.
No, but you know what I like to say?
One second. Catherine, why did you say no?
Because
and then Catherine.
in order for the principal to accept it by midnight would mean that the principal would be waiting until, at home on basically overtime on her own time, waiting for that, and would have to stay up until midnight and check it and make sure that it was correct before she could send it in. So that wasn't realistic at all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Catherine.
Yeah, but what I found that with the principal, she showed some compassion once, Jackie had mentioned about the children. And see, being you're a person that is at a head of a school or something of that nature, you would feel that. So I think that tugged a little bit on her heartstrings. And so that's why it was so easy for her to, amend what she said.
Sure, sure. Eric.
I think that the new Mrs. Parker, even though not as beautiful, um, took time to 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 sort of advocate for herself more. You know what I mean? She instead of being so concerned about being so overstressed, she thought about what she could do not to not only help herself but to work with the principal more, giving her more information.
And again, is that always possible?
No,
in a school situation when you have
not
kids
at all. No.
and you're stressed and
I just
yeah.
want to echo. I want to echo this. Sometimes I see in the chat, and if someone could elaborate by what they mean by sometimes, like what when is sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Like depending on the relationships that you may have with your principal, boss, manager, whoever that person is, if they're willing to give you flexibility and leeway on a project versus not, or let's say there's other factors that can also play into the scenario, like if there is a real sharp deadline and it has to be met, like there's going to be like a sacrifice by one party or the other just to make it happen.
Right. We
Yeah,
can.
but at the same time, you have to remember, in a normal year without the pandemic, something like this could happen. But due to the pandemic alone, everybody's stressed out, even the principal. So I would not expect the principal, like she said earlier, if you don't have it on my desk, I'm gonna have to replace you. Now, she might be thinking, well, in doing that and introducing new teachers to the kids, but she's at a limit where she has a deadline and it's not being met.
Thank you, Eli. And another round of applause for Jackie, because we have one more scene to show you. We have one more. We want to squeeze in one more scene. Yes, we have one more scene, and you know what's coming up after the scene. So people who are watching, please start to go, okay, they're going to ask somebody to get up in that scene and try something. So while you're watching it, go, what would I try if I were the main character? In this case, her name is going to be Polyester. That's her name. So everyone can turn their cameras off, and we are going to see some awesomeness. All right. Actors, are you ready? All right. Here we go. Pollyanna's here. Mr. Joe. Polyester. And 3, 2, 1, action.
Well, hi, I brought the staff together today to announce that because of the COVID situation, I want everybody who's working for me to be vaccinated and within 5 days, bring in proof that you've had your first dose. This is critical. We deal in the public. We see the public. We're exposed. They're exposed. All right? 5 days. I want you to bring in some proof that you at least started that vaccination process with the first dose. Anybody who's not, I will have to furlough. Okay, guys, that's it.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I do not want to get this vaccine. I just don't.
Listen, this is what I don't like. He come to tell us in 5 days, right? That is so short for us to go and get vaccine, right? Because this is what I don't understand about the vaccine that they bring so early, right? This vaccine is too early. No one is taking time to do any research. Do you know that this vaccine that people are getting miscarriage and getting sick with this vaccine? And then he want to come and tell us in 5 days to go and get his vaccine. I'm not going with that. I don't know about you, Miss Polly. I don't know about you.
I mean, it's crazy. My sister's neighbor died from getting a vaccine. I don't think that there's been enough time or research done. I feel so nervous. I mean, I definitely don't want to lose my job, but it's just like, I feel like I'm between a rock and a hard place. What do I do?
I don't know. Pollyanna, where's Pollyanna? Because Pollyanna, where's Pollyanna? Because I'm not hearing Pollyanna.
Pollyanna, you're mute.
What is Pollyanna intake about this? Because she always happy.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. We have 5 days. I've had all my vaccination shots. I've had all my vaccines. Listen, I took my Johnson & Johnson, and you're saying that you're scared, Mr. Joe. Let me tell you something, Mother and Mr. Joe. If y'all don't get y'all vaccinations, a matter of fact, let me put my mask on.
Pollyanna, did you take time to do some research? Do you know that nearly 30% of Americans right now, Bill Gates, right, implanting microchips. Do you want that microchips implanting you?
Well, let me say this to you one more time. I'm gonna have, when I see Mr. Chuck and Mr. Chuck come back in here, I'm gonna tell him that you don't want to take your vaccine. I've been vaccinated, and I'm gonna be here in a safe environment. You and my mother cannot work here if you don't go get your vaccinations. If you don't go get your vaccine, go get the Johnson & Johnson one time.
Oh no. Johnson & Johnson killing people right now, getting people with blood clot. And right now, do you know that? Come on, this vaccine, they are rewriting people's DNA.
Okay, guys, this is not a discussion. We have to get the vaccine. Every one of you.
Mr. Chuck, what if I have an allergic reaction, Mr. Chuck?
Well, obviously, if you get sick, you can't come in that day. But you'll come in the following day with your proof.
Mr. Chuck, with all due respect, if that happens, it's going to snowball, because if I can't make it into work, then my check is going to be short and I can't pay my rent.
And Mr. Chuck, also, listen, they are targeting the Black and brown community. So from now on, I'm wearing my mask because, Mr. Chuck,
that's
they say
important,
if you
but
get
you still got to
vaccine,
get the vaccine.
You get the virus, you
still need the vaccine. Guys, you got sick.
Johnson & Johnson.
You got sick days. If you need it, you take a sick day if you get a reaction. Now let's all get back to work. Remember, 5 days, I want proof of vaccination.
Did you get your vaccine, Mr. Chuck?
Yes, I did. Of course.
Are there any alternatives?
Yes, the alternative is to get COVID and get sick and die, which we don't want. Now let's do this.
5 days. Mama,
5 days. Let's all get back to work.
I'm wearing my mask.
And Mama, I wanted to say this to you, polyester. If you don't get your vaccination shot, you can't come see the children. You can't come to my house. And that's all I'm going to say.
I won't be making Sunday dinner this Sunday. Cut it out. Cut it out. You know I want to hug my grandbabies.
And click. Ooh, round of applause. That got spicy at the end. Round of applause. As we're applauding, I think I'm going to start clicking on this little credits roll button here. So let's see. Click.
Hi, you guys. My name is Pollyanna. I go by she, her. Mimi is my first name. And I really think that if we try together, that vaccines can keep us safe and protect all of us as a whole.
Click.
Hi, I'm Chuck. I play the manager. I go by he, him. I am also extremely pro-vaccine, and I believe this is the way we have to go in order to reach herd immunity and get things back to normal.
Next up, click.
Hi, my name is Damien, and I play Mr. Joe. I go by he and him. I'm a black man living in the black and brown community. And for me, it's very disturbing that how they can target us and use us as guinea pigs because we have rights to our own body.
And finally, I think there's one more click.
Hi, I'm Silka. I played polyester. I'm pronounced she, her. And I believe everyone should have a choice.
Well, thank you. One last round of applause for the loveliness that we all just saw.
Well, so audience, what do you think? Not necessarily are you pro or con vaccine necessarily, but audience members, what do you think the obstacles here to polyester are? Like, what are some of the things that are keeping her in a state of confusion versus doing what she needs to do for herself?
Maybe I want to say hearsay because she said her sister's neighbors passed away. And I was like, well, who? And then, you don't know if they passed away from the vaccine or, a related illness, underlying something else. So, maybe misinformation and getting more like concrete facts on it.
What else? And actors, if we keep it short, since we're running low on time, what are the other things that are getting in the way of her making a choice about what she wants to do? And yes, this is a real
possibly like losing her job because, sometimes the employer doesn't want to listen.
I didn't hear the employer give an option.
Oh, sometimes you can read between the lines and he applied it.
Yeah, but at the same time, polyester already explained that she wants to work because she needs to pay her rent and all this other stuff. What I suggest is don't listen to Mr. Joe. Get educated, find out all the facts about what's going on, and do something. Because either way, the manager is not going to accept I'm wearing my mask or this. He needs documentation you took your first shot or you're in the process. Otherwise, expect to lose your job.
See, and another thing, the manager needs to understand that sometimes people have underlying health conditions that will prevent them from being able to take the COVID vaccine. And they'll have to refer, talk to their doctor about it.
Also, you have to find out if this is legal. That's the main thing. You have to make sure, you have to find out if this is legal, because if the vaccine is a choice, so it's not legal, and there's nothing in the company documents that's saying that this, this is what they signed off when they started working. So you have rules that are in play for employees as well as the employer. So the owner could end up being in worse trouble than the employees getting vaccinated.
But it's still a choice, because even if he doesn't have the right and demands it because people got choice, he still got the right to protect his customers. So it's still a choice. He might not have a right to tell you, you got to take it, but he could tell you, if you don't have it, I'm going to have to let you go. Remember, these restaurants don't have unions.
It says here in the, sorry to cut you off there, Eli, but it says here in the chat that there is, the American Rescue Plan allows for employers to provide paid leave for employees to get a COVID-19 vaccination anytime that they might be sick afterwards. So here we are. Thank you, Jackie, bringing in the rules in the law that it does account for that he is not presenting to his employees. He is not saying, if you get sick from this, I will pay you for that. He says you have to use your own sick time, your own sick days, but um, and Eli, as you bring up unions. Employers might know this information, but do they act on it? We are super low on time. I think we might leave it. We might leave it there. This discussion, I think, feels like pertinent to the information that we need to know. Is there any other nuggets in terms of people's rights when it comes to getting vaccinated that people want to uplift before we sign off for the evening?
I think that I think that this is another opportunity for you to advocate for yourself, regardless of however you feel, because I mean, you have to make the ultimate decision, and nobody knows what's best for you but you. And I think that um, uh, this is an opportunity where people are going to have to learn to advocate for what they believe is best for themselves.
I totally agree. I totally agree because you have to stand up for yourself. I mean, it is a mix between, we're all grown, we are adults, we have bills, but we also have rights. What I mean, it's COVID-19 now. What will happen later down the line and the same manager comes and say, "Oh, well, you got to do this." At some point, you got to be like enough is enough and stand your ground.
Or the principal, or the
Yeah.
or the NYCHA office. They're all sort of clamping down on when we return to normal. Will it be? Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's with that. I think that's the place to leave this conversation. Thank you, Eric and Jackie, and thank you, audience and actors. Let's do one more. Woo! Celebration! Applause! Yes.
Good.
Before we go, we have a. Before we go, we have a few words from Omari from Theory of the Oppressed NYC.
Yeah, hey, thank you for letting us ambush your meeting. I feel like I might just be talking just to Dave, Jackie, and Sandrine. Either way, we are more than happy to come and be part of your community. So why do we do this? Like, what's the deal here? Well, we could have just gotten together and just had a discussion, and then those people who know all the facts and read of all the articles would they would get to take the most space. Or we can actually use our real stories. We can use our bodies, because a lot of this stuff, the feeling of being with the boss, the feeling of being torn, is important to practice. And so this is just a really interactive and engaging way to have a conversation. All of our actors here from the Housing Works community were paid for their time here. Thank you, applause. But our shows will forever remain free. And so, and we want that. There'll be a link here in the chat. If you want to donate, that's not the link. Give me a sec. But if you want to donate, you're welcome to do that to help our mission. And if you're interested in joining a troupe, there's going to be a sign up as well. So you can sign up and you'll get paid to tell your story and to learn our methods and take whatever story, whatever issue to a different community. We also want to connect whatever we're talking about to an active campaign. So you saw we mentioned fair housing. We talked about the details of the American Rescue Plan. So it is also about a good way of pushing things that are very active. And last, I'll say that if you are on Twitter or Instagram, you can keep up with us and see some other awesome content. We're at TONYC Action on those channels. We like to highlight our actors who have amazing stories. Everyone here has an amazing story that brought them. And yeah, we don't also do this always on Zoom. We do it in person, which is completely different, right? But we'll build up to that and see that. So thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to see you again. Or if there's any questions, I'll take any questions. All right. So we
I,
hope.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. I really like the cast and the jokers, and I feel like my self-esteem improved since I've been taking Theater of the Oppressed, and I feel I have more confidence. So thank you for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we would love to start a further relationship with Amita Care. So this was good to just get it started. So this is amazing.
Yes, a big thank you from the Amita Care family to everyone who participated today, and a huge, huge thank you to the team at Theater of the Oppressed NYC. You guys are absolutely amazing in what you're doing, and we can't wait to partner with you further and just continue to do this great work for community and bring forward these topics, because it was a hot one today.
Awesome. Back to you, Spark and Amaray.
Yeah, everything you all said. That was amazing.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Actors, before we go, we'll meet next week for our celebration. Same bat channel, same bat time. And
Okay. See you, everybody.
Next week, same bad channel, everybody.